Hi there, ladies and gentlemen, this is Eastwood for Life fan here, back with another update video, and it's a movie pickups update for the month of May 2022. And all the movie releases that I picked up are actually all Blu-rays containing Western movies, some Eurocrime movies, American crime dramas, as well as some imprint and umbrella Australian movie releases, some martial art movies, and some TV series that I picked up in May. And we'll get to the Westerns first, and we'll do a shout out first, and a shout out to a channel that recently it's actually a new channel in our community. It goes by the channel name of The Good, The Bad and The Okay. Leslie, who actually is an American guy living in the UK. Very underappreciated channel. I mean, I love channels that people talk about movies. It's not just about showing great editions and box sets off. It's about talking movies as movie fans that we are. And Leslie has done a recent series of some of his favourite westerns. He's not only just a western movie fan; he is a movie fan of other mixed movie genres. So yeah, guys, welcome him to the community. A fantastic channel, well edited in his videos, and yeah, he currently only has 19 subscribers to the channel, and it is always hard to put one's channel out there. So guys, highly recommended channel. I will leave the channel link in the description box down below. Give him a sub and check his great channel out, Leslie. The Good, The Bad and The Okay. And no doubt, Leslie, you will appreciate a few westerns that I've picked up, and I haven't been picking up many westerns of late. This one, a John Wayne western that I actually thought I had in the collection, El Dorado, from the 1960s, starring John Wayne, Robert Mitchum and a young James Caan. This one's actually a Howard Hawks movie. Howard Hawks, legendary director who made the first Scarface movie from the 1930s, and he had previously worked with John Wayne in some classics like Red River and Rio Bravo. So yeah, this is El Dorado. This is the UK release. The next two are spaghetti western movies. This one actually is a German release, first time released on Blu-ray. This is Boot Hill, a late 1960s spaghetti western starring Terence Hill and Bud Spencer, and also with Woody Strode. And yeah, great edition, this one, the German media book, which contains several cuts of the movie. The 100-minute uncut version. Most of the releases of this movie on DVD was around the 95-minute mark, so you do get several cuts of the movie as well as the CD soundtrack, and that is the CD soundtrack. And even though it's a German media book release, it does come with an English audio. Some great pictures in this media book, and yeah, director of this movie, Giuseppe Colizzi. He had done previous movies with Bud Spencer and Terence Hill, the first one being God Forgives I Don't and Ace High. But out of the three, this is probably the least favourite out of the three movies that he made with Bud Spencer and Terence Hill. And there is two releases of this. You do get a cover A and cover B. The other cover is actually more of a comedic looking cover, but I went with this one, which has the original artwork of Boot Hill. Yeah, Terence Hill and Bud Spencer movie. This one actually is a lot more expensive than the other version. So yeah, Boot Hill, first time released on Blu-ray. And also another spaghetti western that is released on Blu-ray for the first time, a Kido Lauber release from the US, Lee Van Cleef, Jack Palance and Richard Boone, in this mid-1970s Italian and Israeli production spaghetti western. Not one of Lee Van Cleef's better ones, where he actually plays a priest and also the brother of the priest, where they take it in turns to protect a small town. And actually the producers of this is actually the one-time owners of Canon Films, Golan and Globus. Yeah, I mean, with the cast for this movie, one would expect this one to be a very good spaghetti western, but by the mid-70s, or even the early 70s, the spaghetti western genre was kind of wearing a little bit thin. So yeah, God's Country, another Lee Van Cleef movie to the ever-growing collection. The next two releases are Eurocrime movies. The first one released by 88 Films, of a very underrated Eurocrime movie starring Charles Bronson. This one, Violent City, also known as The Family. And also this one has been released in the US from Kido Lauber, but I went with the 88 Films release. And it comes with a slip cover. You do get several cuts of the movie. You do get a international cut. And this one, Bronson plays a... there was the Italian cover. A hitman who's left for dead, and he makes it his aim to get revenge on the people who are held responsible and kind of betrayed him. There is the other cut of the movie with the US title, The Family, and it does come with a booklet and the poster. The poster is contains that Italian cover and this newly created artwork cover, which is a nice touch. So you get two cuts of the movie. The extended cut, there is a few added scenes with an Italian audio with English subtitles, and the booklet, which is always a nice touch with these 88 Films releases. Yeah, starring also Telly Savalas and also Jill Ireland in this movie. Yeah, you get a lot of double crosses in this movie. Yeah, never really been a fan of Jill Ireland, but she was okay in this one, and yeah, looking quite glamorous in that shot. Who Bronson later went on to marry, the British actress. And even though it does say Telly Savalas, he only actually appears in the movie about the halfway point. But yeah, very good Eurocrime movie, directed by Italian director Sergio Sollima, who was responsible for some great spaghetti western movies like The Big Gun Down. And also this does have a great a very good Ennio Morricone soundtrack to the movie in Violent City. Very good Eurocrime movie. And more Eurocrime movies after the previous release from Arrow Video of the previous Eurocrime set, The Years of Lead, which contained 5 movies. They followed it up with this Eurocrime set, a Enzo G. Castellari double feature, the Italian director, of 2 Eurocrime movies, The Big Racket and The Heroin Busters. And this set is known as Rogue Cops and Racketeers, 2 crime thrillers. stacks of features, and these are movies first time released on Blu-ray. I did have these in the Blue Underground DVD releases, and you do get alternative artwork, and I chose to go with the Italian covers, and you do get some movie cards, which is always a nice touch. And Fabio Testi is in both of these movies. The Big Racket and The Heroin Busters from 1976 and 1977. So yeah, that was The Heroin Busters, this one, and this is The Big Racket. And you do get these Eurocrime kind of movie lobby cards. And guys, if you do love your American crime movies from the 70s, like Dirty Harry, The French Connection, and the Death Wish movies, these are definitely worth checking out. They're kind of like the Italian versions of cop movies and crime movies. And you also do get a booklet. Enzo G. Castellari, Italian director who actually started off making spaghetti westerns, and then he went on to the Eurocrime genre. And then he also did the Bronx Warrior movies, and also the original Inglourious Bastards movie. But yeah, Eurocrime movies are starting to get quite a lot more releases in the UK, which is nice to see, from great labels like Arrow Video and 88 Films and Fractured Visions. So yeah, another great set. So guys, there you have it, the Rogue Cops and Racketeer Eurocrime box set of 2 Enzo G. Castellari movies. If anyone is aware of the work of Enzo G. Castellari, always made some entertaining, highly violent action movies. Always had the trademark of doing the slow motion kind of shootout scenes and death scenes, which is his famous trademark in his action-packed violent movies. So yeah, another great set from Arrow Video. And from Eurocrime to one of the biggest crimes in history, picked up the director's cut of JFK, the Oliver Stone movie, which I thought I had this in my collection but didn't have it. For me, together with Platoon, this is Oliver Stone's greatest bits of work. JFK, great movie, which was a huge box office hit in 1991, and actually won itself 2 Academy Awards. I think one of them was for best editing, because I mean, when you do watch this movie, you do get the real life scenes together with the movie, and it is kind of difficult to see which one is real and not real. But a great movie. This one about the district attorney from New Orleans, Jim Garrison, who looks into the case of the JFK assassination, based on the novel that he wrote, actually, which I remembered reading, named On the Trail of the Assassins, which was a great book. Great movie, JFK, and we definitely need a 4K release of this great movie, JFK, by Oliver Stone. And what a great cast of actors, starring Kevin Costner as the district attorney. You also do get quite a lot of cameo performances, like from Jack Lemmon and John Candy, as well as Donald Sutherland, together with that great cast, JFK. And another crime movie, an American crime movie, which I haven't seen, LA Confidential, from the late 1990s. Never really took this movie serious. I think for the main fact of the actors and actresses in this movie. I mean, Danny DeVito is in this movie. I mean, what a great cast it's got. Kevin Spacey, Russell Crowe, a young Russell Crowe, Guy Pearce, who was mainly made his name in Australian soap operas, and Kim Basinger, not one of the best actresses, and also Danny DeVito, who was mainly a comedy actor. And yeah, despite its reviews of this movie, LA Confidential, about 3 different cops who kind of investigate a series of murders set in the 1950s in Los Angeles. I feel it's time to watch this movie because Kim Basinger did actually win an Academy Award or an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. So yeah, pick this one up very cheap in my local CDX store, LA Confidential, starring Kevin Spacey as the main lead. The next stack of titles are Australian titles that I received from Jace in a trade package. Number 2, imprint and umbrella releases, which I did do a separate video of. I'll just briefly show. The first one, The Last Train from Gun Hill, John Sturges Western, starring Kirk Douglas and Anthony Quinn. This one from the 1950s, late 1950s. Previously, John Sturges directed Kirk Douglas in Gunfight at the OK Corral. Next one is The Longest Yard. As far as I know, I think this is the only release on Blu-ray. A early 1970s kind of prison kind of sports movie, The Longest Yard, starring Burt Reynolds. One of my favourite Burt Reynolds movies. This is the umbrella release. Back to some more imprint titles. The last Steve McQueen movie from 1980, where Steve McQueen played a modern day bounty hunter, and this one is kind of like a action and comedy movie. And shortly after Steve McQueen finished filming this movie, he was diagnosed with cancer, and one can see in this movie he was really struggling, kind of looked a little bit worn out in the movie. But this one also starring Eli Wallach. Great seeing him return in the Steve McQueen movie, as he'd been in previous movies with Steve McQueen. And the next one, The Oysterman Weekend, Sam Peckinpah's last movie in 1983, which is a Cold War drama thriller, one I never had seen but knew about, starring Rutger Hauer and John Hurt. And this release actually does come with 2 editions. You get the theatrical release as well as the director's cut, which is an extra 13 minutes longer. I've been told to watch the director's cut, and it's a pretty messed up movie. Sam Peckinpah was actually quite ill during filming the movie The Oysterman Weekend. And this movie is actually based on a novel and actually has a great cast of actors. You also do get Craig T. Nelson as well as Burt Lancaster in the movie. And the last Australian title imprint is Regarding Henry, which is a very underrated Harrison Ford movie from the early 90s, where Harrison Ford plays a kind of pretty ruthless lawyer. Nasty piece of work actually, and his life changes when he gets shot in an accident, and then he kind of loses his memory and he tries to recover in his speech and mobility. with the help of his loving wife and family. He tries to get back to a normal life, also starring Annette Bening in this movie. Yeah, very underrated movie regarding Henry. Kind of a movie that's not talked about from the career of Harrison Ford, but very underrated one. The next two movies are martial arts movies, and also this one is actually a Australian release, but not from that trade package that I did with Jace. This is the Australian release of The Man from Hong Kong, a mid-1970s action crime movie starring Jimmy Wang Yu and George Lazenby. This one's actually a region 3, where Jimmy Wang Yu plays a Hong Kong cop in Australia, and he tries to bring down Sydney's most powerful gangster. And yeah, getting into the movies of Jimmy Wang Yu, as I've only really recently discovered his great martial arts movies, but this one is kind of like a cop action thriller with martial arts, and also former James Bond George Lazenby in this one. And from one martial arts star to another, this is Jackie Chan in one of the latest releases from 88 Films, Half a Loaf of Kung Fu. Kind of a comedic, one of the first early comedic action movies that Jackie Chan did. And this is the first pressing where you get the slipcover, and this is the original artwork. Really do like these 88 film releases, and you also get a poster and the booklet. And they just released the other Jackie Chan movie, actually with Jimmy Wang Yu, The Killing Meteors. And Jackie Chan started to put more comedy in his movies to cross over with his fans and his audience. Actually, this is one I have never seen before, or actually even heard of. Half a Loaf of Kung Fu. No doubt there'll be more 88 film releases from the career of Jackie Chan, and you do get several cuts of the movie, which 88 Films do a real great job, because you normally get the international US cut as well as the Asian cut of the movie. So it's always best for me to watch the extended Asian version. On to the last two pickups, and they're actually TV series. A long-awaited return of one of my favourite TV series, Dexter, which aired from 2006 to 2013 with 8 seasons, and a great series, which the last season, season 8, which left a lot of fans very disappointed with the ending, and only for a return. And this is Dexter New Blood, a different location to the previous 8 seasons, where Michael C. Hall, who plays the former blood analyst who used to work for the Miami Metro Police Department, who actually in his spare time would be a kind of vigilante and serial killer, and only to move away to this new setting in Dexter New Blood. Yeah, my thoughts of it, because I have seen it. Pretty good series. I mean, you do get Clancy Brown as one of the better villains in the last few seasons of Dexter, and also returning, you do get Jennifer Carpenter, as well as some older characters to the previous TV series. But without giving too many spoilers away, I mean, it was a slow burn, but a very, very good, entertaining series. But the last episode, the ending of it, a little bit predictable, and left quite a lot of fans very disappointed, because I mean, when the season finished in 2013, you know, you had quite a few years, 8-9 years, to come up with a fitting finale. I'm afraid this finale wasn't fitting enough. It's actually a fairly lazy ending to a great TV series, but nevertheless, predictive ending. It is better than the ending to season 8. It's just a little bit disappointing, but I mean, it's a great TV series that definitely deserves an ending that the fans would have loved, and the majority of fans who have seen this series probably wouldn't have liked the ending, but still great watching this series, Dexter New Blood. Guys, let me know your thoughts on the series without giving too many spoilers, in what you thought of the ending of Dexter New Blood. And the last TV series is Yellowstone Season 2, which I'm yet to start the first season, starring Kevin Costner. Actually, this was I did send this one out to Alan, Kermit's Ghost, but he already had this, so he actually returned this one back, and I didn't have a copy. So Yellowstone Season 2, which I got to get into watching this series, because it is one of the most popular TV series currently, Yellowstone. So guys, there's all the Blu-ray movie pickups for the month of May 2022. Guys, let me know what you think of all those movies and TV series. Always great to hear from you, and I always do my best to get back as soon as possible with comments and replies. So guys, till the next video, stay healthy and well, and as always, keep on collecting.
Go ahead. Make my day.